Hello everyone. Today we will discuss previous year question paper of English Literature UGC NET. This question paper is 2015 year question paper, and in previous video we have completed 25 questions of this question paper. Today we are discussing next questions. So the next question is question number 26. Divided into three sections, this groundbreaking work, published in 1953, uses as the frame of the spiritual and moral awakening of a 14-year-old during a Saturday night service in a Harlem church. Identify the work. Option A. Zora Neale Hurston's Their Eyes Are Watching God. Option B. James Baldwin's Go Tell It on the Mountain. Option C. Toni Morrison's Song of Solomon. Option D. Richard Wright's Native Son. Option B. James Baldwin's Go Tell It on the Mountain is the correct answer of question number 26. Next question is question number 27. Chartism, a political movement that took its name from the People's Charter, had 6 points. Identify the 1 point on the following list that was not Chartist. Universal manhood, suffrage, equal electoral districts, comprehensive insurance scheme for labor, vote by secret ballot, payment of MPs, no property qualification for MPs, annual parliaments. Select the correct answer using the codes given below. Option number C is the correct answer, means third statement is wrong. Comprehensive insurance scheme for labor was not Chartist. Next question is, these beauteous forms through a long absence have been to me as is a landscape to a blind man's eyes. Tinton Abbey's lines. Which of the following rhetorical terms best suits these lines? Apostrophe, option B retorts, option C hyperbole, and option C catchphrases. Option B retorts is the correct answer. The monster in Frankenstein is not responsible for the death of Clerval. Option B Justine. Option C Elizabeth. Option D Alphonse Frankenstein. Option D Alphonse Frankenstein is the correct answer. Next question is question number 30. Which of the following plays of William Shakespeare is not directly referred to in T.S. Eliot's The Waste Land? Option A Hamlet. Option B King Lear. Option C Coriolanus. Option D The Tempest. Option B The King Lear is the correct answer. Question number 31. Identify the group below which is known as the Sons of Ben. Option A Neil Coward, E.G. Craig, William Macready, Matheson Long. Option B John Dryden, the Earl of Rochester, Samuel Butler. Option C William Cartwright, Richard Corbett, Thomas Randolph. Option D William Holman Hunt, John E. Mills, D.G. Rossetti, William Morris. And the answer is William Cartwright, Richard Corbett, Thomas Randolph. Next question is, Christopher Marlowe was one of the first major writers to affirm what can be identified as a clearly homosexual sensibility. Which drama of his deals with it? Answer is Edward II. When true silence falls, we are still left with echo, but we are nearer nakedness. One way of looking at speech is to say that it is a constant stratagem to cover nakedness. Identify the playwright who underlines the significance of silence thus. Option B. Harold Pinter is the correct answer. Next question is question number 34. The determining feature of syllabic verse is neither dash nor dash but the number of syllables in a line. Stress and quantity. The determining feature of syllabic verse is neither stress nor quantity. Next question is, in Robert Browning's dramatic monologue, which painter does Andrea del Sarto compare himself to? What does he find lacking in his own work in comparison? Option A. Fra Lippi humor. Option B. Raphael Soul. Option C. Leonardo da Vinci. Option C. Botticelli. And answer is Raphael Soul. Next is question number 36. In which of the following does Robert Southey details the Indian superstitions as an idolatry to be suppressed by a civilizing Protestant form of colonialism? And the answer is the curse of Kehama. The curse of Kehama. Next is, the following is the classical ending of a celebrated novella in English. I kept on creeping just the same, but I looked at him over my shoulder. I have got out at last, said I, in spite of you and Jane, and I have pulled off most of the papers, so you can't put me back. Now why should that man have fainted? But he didn't, right across my path by the wall, so that I had to creep over him every time. The yellow wallpaper, Charlotte P. Gilman, is the answer of this question. Next question is, Harriet B. Stowe had wanted to write a work based on the life of Afro-American writer which was later published as Uncle Tom's Cabin. Samuel Johnson's dissertation upon poetry is part of which of his following works? A chapter of his novel Rasselas. Next question is question 40. A new series called New Accents was launched by Methuen in 1977. The first title to be published in the series was Structuralism and Semiotics. Question 41. Humble and rustic life was generally chosen because in that condition the essential passion of the heart find a better soil in which they can attain their maturity, are less under restraint, and speak a plainer and more emphatic language. The language too of these men has been adopted because such men hourly communicate with the best objects from which the best part of language is originally derived. Which of the following groups of the author poems in the Lyrical Ballads 1800 contradict this statement in the preface to the Lyrical Ballads, as pointed out by S.T. Coleridge? Michael Ruth, the brothers. Next question is, a remarkable novelist of the English modernist phase who wrote a short book on what the novel is and why it matters remarked, "Oh dear, yes, the novel tells a story. Identify the novelist." E. M. Forster remarked this line. What is the name of the angel who of those who owed allegiance to Satan dared to protest against his impious doctrine and left his company to return to God? In Paradise Lost, Book 5. Abdel. Which of the following is not a school associated with Romantic period in English literature? The Fireside School. The idea of new ethnicities in post-war Britain was advanced by Stuart Hall. Virginia Woolf's To the Lighthouse begins in a piece of dialogue. Yes, of course, if it's fine tomorrow, said Mrs. Ramsay, but you'll have to be up with lark, she added. Present among the listeners of her remark is her son. Match up the followings. List 1 is about phrases and list 2 there are characters. Motiveless, malignity, reason in madness, stupid full of horrors, to be or not to be. Characters are Macbeth, Hamlet, Lear and Iago. Option C is the correct. That means motiveless malignity is related to Lear, Iago. Reason in madness, Lear. Stupid full of horrors, Macbeth. To be or not to be, Hamlet. In Tristram Shandy's, the narrator's presentation of his life and opinions is digressive. Question 49. The famous sonnet of John Milton beginning when I consider how my light is spent and sweet. They also serve who only stand and wait. Question 50. Her vision was of several caves. She saw herself in one and she was also outside it, watching its entrance for Aziz to pass in. She failed to locate him. It was a doubt that had often visited her, but solid and attractive like the hills. I am not. Speech was more difficult than vision. I am not quite sure. The above extract from A Passage to India is about Adela's cave experience. Who is questioning Adela? Mr. Macbeth.